From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Thursday, September 22nd. It is going to be a mild day today. Beautiful transition from the final few hours of summer into fall. We're going to tap out our highs today in the mid-60s. New York's Attorney General is suing former President Donald Trump, his three oldest children, and the family business empire, accusing them of lying about the value of properties. Letitia James claims the Trump organization deceived lenders, insurers, and tax authorities by inflating numbers with misleading appraisals. The lawsuit alleges Trump and his associates lied more than 200 times over 10 years. The state is seeking $250 million and a permanent ban on family members doing business in the state of New York. The court could force the Trump organization to stop operating in New York. The former president and his son, Donald Trump Jr., both posted on social media calling the lawsuit a witch hunt. The Justice Department can resume its review of the documents seized from the former president's Florida home. A federal appeals court lifted the hold that was blocking the criminal investigation. The panel of 3 judges says that Trump has failed to present any evidence that he had declassified any records, echoing the concerns from the special master appointed to the case. The new ruling reverses a circuit court judge's ruling that had halted the Justice Department's work and allows investigators to keep reviewing documents labeled classified or top secret without submitting them to the special master. The appeals panel that ruled against Trump includes 2 judges that he appointed. The U.S. House hopes a newly passed bill will help prevent another insurrection by changing the Electoral Count Act. House lawmakers pushed the legislation forward mostly along party lines yesterday. January 6 panel members Liz Cheney and Zoe Lofgren sponsored the bipartisan bill. It clarifies that the vice president's role presiding over the electoral count is only ceremonial and that he or she cannot change the results. It also allows each state to send only one certified set of electors. It's similar to legislation moving through the Senate. A Senate committee could vote on that next week. Jenny Thomas has agreed to an interview with the January 6th House panel. She is the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. Her attorney says she wants to clear up any misconceptions related to her work during the 2020 election. Lawmakers say Jenny Thomas communicated with Trump officials and leaders in swing states about efforts to overturn election results. Thomas has been openly critical of the House committee. A man from Indiana is accused of the vandalism that forced the Washington Monument to close. The site is back open in D.C. this morning, and Sean Deaton from Bloomington is facing charges. So we had shown you the damage on Daybreak yesterday, splashes of red paint and a profane message. Deaton now faces counts of trespassing, tampering, and vandalism. The National Park Service says crews have gotten the monument largely clean this morning. They also say direct sunlight will help further erase signs of the vandalism. The Richmond police officer shot and killed in the line of duty, Sarah Burton, will be laid to rest next week. The Richmond Police Department shared all the details yesterday. There will be a viewing Sunday from 2 to 7 at the Richmond City Building. Then Burton's funeral will be at Richmond High School Monday morning at 11. A procession will then carry her body to Crown Hill Cemetery in Indianapolis, where she'll be interred in a section dedicated to public safety heroes. The police department says the procession route will be released later this week. Burton was shot in the head during a traffic stop last month. She died Sunday night after being off of life support for more than 2 weeks. A jury has convicted a man in the shooting of 2 Southern Indiana judges in downtown Indianapolis. A panel found Brandon Kaiser guilty on 7 felony counts and 1 misdemeanor. The shooting was in May of 2019. Police say Kaiser shot Clark County Circuit Judges Brad Jacobs and Andrew Adams outside the downtown White Castle at the end of an argument. Kaiser claimed he acted in self-defense. He's set to be sentenced October 21st. More federal funding is on the way to help victims of crime in Indiana. Through the Victims of Crime Act, the government awarded a total of $67 million to social service organizations across the state. The program started in 1984 and collects funds from fines, fees, and restitution paid at the federal level. The money is not meant to go directly to victims, but rather to support services to help them rebuild their lives. The Indiana Criminal Justice Institute says the money goes to a variety of organizations because there's no one-size-fits-all approach to helping crime victims. The State Board of Education is about to roll out a new tool to help parents understand data more easily. It's called the Indiana Graduates Prepared to Succeed Dashboard. It shows information broken down by school system, or the state as a whole. Parents and teachers can track things like math and reading scores, graduation rates, and how many students earn college credit through high school courses. There is no launch date for the dashboard yet. The board hopes to open it up this fall. Lucas Oil Stadium is going cashless again this season. Colts officials announced other changes yesterday, like new grab-and-go concessions, upgraded video boards, and a sensory wall for kids with autism and other developmental disabilities. You can find out all of the new amenities and changes on this story and wishtv.com. And to business headlines, the Federal Reserve lifted interest rates by another 0.75 of a percentage point, marking the third such hike in a row. Higher rates make borrowing more expensive and are the Fed's best tool for cooling inflation. But it also means a slowdown and rising unemployment. After sinking every day for more than 3 months, U.S. gas prices edged tighter by a penny to $3.68 a gallon. That was an average for Wednesday, according to AAA. That ends 98 consecutive days of falling pump prices, the second longest such streak on record, going back to 2005. Toyota's manufacturing plant in San Antonio this week began producing the Sequoia that used to be made in Indiana, alongside its redesigned Tundra. The automaker shifted Sequoia manufacturing from Princeton as part of a $391 million upgrade to the Texas plant. The 2023 model starts at $77,000. Walmart says it will hire 40,000 workers for the holiday season. Some workers will be part-time store associates and customer service workers, while others will be permanent truck drivers. Last year, the retailer hired more than 150,000 workers for the crucial shopping season, as well as 20,000 supply chain workers to help alleviate logistic bottlenecks. Scientists secured approval from the USDA to sell genetically modified purple tomatoes in grocery stores across the country. Norfolk Plant Sciences, the team that made the tomatoes, said this variety has more antioxidants and a longer shelf life than the garden red tomatoes. And finally, the Indianapolis International Airport is taking up honors. J.D. Power named it the #1 medium-sized airport for customer satisfaction again. It is the third time in 4 years the airport took the top spot. It scored 842 out of 1,000. The survey looks at several factors, including arrival and departures, check-in, security check, terminal facilities, and baggage claim. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway. Online at wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.